Hello, my dear students. Welcome to this session. I, Dr. Swati Pandya. Today I will start new chapter, that is chapter 10, about cell cycle and cell division. And as I have said to you earlier, I have the chapter number 8, that is very important for the revision about the cell. And here in this chapter we will include cell cycle, then M phase, then significance of mitosis, significance of meiosis. So two type of cell divisions we will learn, mitosis and meiosis. And in this chapter the detail of these cell division processes we will start. But before that, you must know about the importance of nucleus, importance of chromosomes, and about the each and every cell organelle. So please do revise chapter number 8 before starting this. My dear students, we all know that there are great variations in size, form, shape, function in the living world. Even if we discuss about the largest organism or the smallest organism, their life forms, it starts with a single cell. You all know it is known as a zygote. You may wonder how a single cell then goes on to form such a large organism. Almost 10 raised to 23 or 22 cells are converted, they are changed. It is all due to growth and development. So growth and reproduction or development are characteristic feature of each and every living organism. All the cells reproduce by dividing into two, with each parental cell giving rise to two daughter cells each time, and then they divide. So the newly formed daughter cells can themselves grow and divide, giving rise to new cell population, and it is a continuation process. So generation after generation, the cells, the organisms, they are developed. In other words, we can say that such cell cycle, which is for growth and division, allow a single cell to convert into millions of cells. Isn't it amazing, students? Yes, of course. So it is all due to cell growth and cell division, which we are going to study in this particular chapter. Actually, cell division is a very important process in all the living organisms. During the division, DNA replication takes place and cell growth also takes place. So these two events are very important. These two keywords you have to remember. All these processes, that is cell division, DNA replication, cell growth, have to take place in coordinated way just to ensure correct division and formation of progeny. And the sequence of events by which a cell duplicates its genome. Genome means total number of gene. Then even synthesis the other constituent of cell, means other organelles, and eventually divides into two daughter cells, is known as cell cycle. So all the events together in a combined and coordinated manner, that is included in cell division. Although cell growth in terms of cytoplasmic increase is a continuous process, and DNA synthesis occur only during one specific stage in cell cycle. The replicated chromosome are then distributed to daughter nuclei by complex series of events during the cell division, and these events are themselves under genetic control. So all these events we will discuss in this chapter. So in a typical eukaryotic cell have well defined nucleus, and even the organelles, they are also well differentiated. So if we see the human cell in a culture medium, the cells, they divide once in approximately one day, means 24 hours में एक ही बार divide करते हैं. However, this duration of cell cycle can be different in different organism, or it vary from one organism to another. एक और example दिया है yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungus, and it can progress through the cell cycle in only about 90 minutes. आप देखो कितना वाइड वेरिएशन है, जितना ऑर्गेनिज्म प्रिमिटिव होगा उसका उतना ही सेल डिवीजन फास्टर है, उसका रेट फास्टर है. The cell cycle is actually divided into two basic phases. They are interphase and M phase. M phase is also known as mitotic phase in mitosis and meiotic phase in meiosis. दो तरह के सेल डिवीजन प्रोसेस होता है, माइटोसिस एंड मियोसिस. अगर मैं माइटोसिस की बात करूं, माइटोसिस टेक्स प्लेस इन सोमैटिक सेल्स and meiosis takes place in reproductive cells. So here M phase, which is known as mitosis phase, it represents the actual cell division phase. जो हम सेल डिवीजन की बात करते हैं वो यहाँ M phase में ही देखने को मिलती है. And the interphase, it represents the phase between the two M phase, means it is a phase of preparation for next mitotic phase. It is significant to note that 24-hour average duration of cell cycle of human, the cell division proper last for only about an hour. So 24 hours में 1 घंटा सिर्फ माइटोसिस चलेगा और बाकी के 23 hours उसमें इंटरफेस चलेगा. So that means 95% of duration of cell cycle is for interphase. तो इस तरह से 23 hours तक प्रिपरेशन चलता है इन द इंटरफेस. एंड जो मेन इवेंट है, हमेशा हमने ऐसे भी जनरली देखा है कि कोई भी जो शादी वगैरह या ऐसी कोई भी इवेंट होती है उसको उस प्रोसेस को होने में बहुत कम टाइम लगता है एज़ कम्पेयर टू द प्रिपरेशन. प्रिपरेशन हम साल भर से पहले से भी करते हैं या 6 महीने पहले से करते हैं, बट इवेंट चलता है 2-3 दिन या कुछ घंटे. तो ये वैसी ही बात है. माइटोसिस अकरिंग इन ओनली 1 hour if we talk about human being, and the 23 hours it takes for preparation, that is interphase. Now let's see some new terms which are concerned with this chapter. The M phase starts with the nuclear division. Okay, so first of all the nucleus will divide corresponding to the separation of daughter chromosomes. So this process of division of nucleus is known as karyokinesis. Karyon means nucleus and kinesis means division. Okay, and usually it ends with division of cytoplasm. So it is followed by division of cytoplasm, and division of cytoplasm is known as cytokinesis. Cyto related to cytoplasm and kinesis is the division. So in this way first karyokinesis will occur and then followed by cytokinesis. Now the interphase, though it is known as resting phase, as I have said to you, it takes 23 hours in human cell, and it is the time during which cell is preparing for the next M phase, and by undergoing both cell growth as well as DNA replication in an orderly manner. So actually if we see in detail, the interphase is divided into 3 subphases. Their names are: first G1 phase, it is also known as gap 1, followed by S phase which is known as synthetic phase, and lastly G2 phase known as gap 2 phase. इसका सीक्वेंस बिल्कुल चेंज नहीं करना है आपको, इसी सीक्वेंस में ये आपको याद रखना है. सबसे पहले G1 गैप 1, देन सिंथेटिक फेज एंड गैप 2 फेज. तो इस तरह से पूरा इंटरफेज इन 3 सब फेजेस में डिवाइड होगा. नाउ लेट अस टॉक अबाउट ऑल दीज सब फेजेस ऑफ इंटरफेज. सबसे पहले हम G1 फेज की बात करेंगे. इट विल करस्पॉन्ड टू द इंटरवल बिटवीन माइटोसिस एंड इनिशिएशन ऑफ डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन, जो होगा S फेज में. ठीक है, तो इन दोनों के बीच का फेज है ये. सो ड्यूरिंग G1 फेज द सेल इज मेटाबॉलिकली एक्टिव एंड कंटिन्यूसली ग्रोज बट डज नॉट रेप्लिकेट्स इट्स डीएनए. खाली वो ग्रो करेगी और एक्टिवेट होगी. देन कम्स S phase or synthesis phase. Here the period during which DNA synthesis takes place or replication takes place is known as S phase. During this the amount of DNA per cell it doubles. Okay. However, the chromosome number it remains same. So if the initial amount of DNA is denoted by 2C, then it increases up to 4C. It doubles. However, there is no increase in chromosome number. जो वो 23 पेयर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स हैं वो उतने ही रहेंगे, ठीक है, ये एक आपको ध्यान रखना है. अगर हम ह्यूमन की बात करें तो उसमें 46 क्रोमोसोम टोटल होते हैं. So they are 23 pairs, so they remain as such. If the cell had diploid number, that means 2n number, it remains same. Okay. In animal cell during S phase, DNA replication begins in the nucleus and the centriole it duplicates in the cytoplasm. अगर आपको याद हो सेंट्रियोल का यही हमने इम्पॉर्टेंस देखा था कि वो सेल डिवीजन में पार्टिसिपेट करता है. ड्यूरिंग सेल डिवीजन इट फॉर्म्स स्पिंडल फाइबर्स. And during the G1 phase, proteins are synthesized in preparation for mitosis while cell growth continues. तो जितने भी DNA duplication के लिए या फिर mitosis के लिए जितनी भी necessary things हैं, they all are prepared in G1 and G2 phase, gap 1 and gap 2 phase. So actually it is a preparation for this cell division to occur. Now let's understand all these events which we have understood right now with the help of this diagram. So this is a diagrammatic representation showing cell division and their subphases. So here if we start with interphase, before interphase there is G0 phase. We'll talk about it later on. Then after G1. So this is G1 phase, all the events regarding this takes place up till this time, then followed by S phase. So this is S phase and then it is followed by G2 phase. So it runs like this. After G2, then only M phase will start, okay, and M phase is again divided into two. First, these four phases, prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. These four phases are under karyokinesis. That means nuclear division takes place here. And then after it is followed by cytokinesis. That means finally the cell will divide because cytoplasmic division is followed by nuclear division. And again then the cell prepare itself for next mitotic division. So it will go through interphase. So this cell cycle runs. So this is cell cycle. Okay. So we can understand very well with the help of this diagram. Even this diagram is important to draw in your classwork with this topic, cell cycle. So overall, if we see all these events, this will be the definition of cell cycle, that is the sequence of events by which a cell duplicates its genome, synthesize the other constituent of the cell, especially the DNA as well as all the required things, and eventually then divides into daughter cells. So this is known as cell division. It is divided into two, interphase and M phase. Interphase is again divided into three subphases, G1, S phase and G2 phase. Similarly, M phase is divided into four. Here four nuclear divisions are shown: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Shortly you can remember PMAT, okay, and then it is followed by cytokinesis, which is not written over here, but it is followed by cytokinesis. And even this diagram, it is showing in a short very precise manner that how these events they takes place and how much time that is required. So in this way, today we have learned about the introduction regarding cell cycle, and we end our session here only. So do revise all the topics related to this chapter as well as chapter 8, so that you can get the enough reference just to understand better this chapter. Take care. Bye bye students.